I confronted my stalker today. Well, one of them anyway. I was going downstairs to collect something from my family, and he was walking in um, the door while I was about to walk out the door in the lobby. And he walked by like nothing, but I remember his face. Maybe he has seen me before in the building, but I just never paid attention to him. Um, the only time I recall seeing him is when he was at my door. I, to be honest, the last time when I had to call the cops um, asked me if this was the guy, and he was sitting beside my door at the time. I barely even wanted to look at him. And get this, all those times that he harassed me, he was wearing a hat, but today he wasn't wearing a hat. So even though my anxiety was high as high as hell, I went back and I said, "Excuse me, if you ever come to my effing door again, you will regret it. I already called the cops, and you know that. But if you ever effing come back to my door again, you will regret it." He didn't even say anything, and I just walked away. Like I said, my anxiety was high, but I felt like I needed to say something. I needed to confront him in that moment. And to be honest, I have a feeling it's not over. People like that, when they pretend like they have like their heart of understanding, I have a feeling it's not over with him. And I'm sure I will have other stalkers as long as I live here. And I'm sure I've dealt with stalkers before. So even if I move somewhere else, I'll probably have somebody else stalking me, other people stalking me. This stuff is so traumatizing. And I feel like the longer I stay in this particular place, it's just going to continue traumatizing me with all these sex offenders around me. They don't seem to like to talk about it. They seem to be always talking about drug dealers and alcoholics and um, drug abusers, but they don't like to talk about the sex offenders. Even when I mentioned it to the cop, he's like, "Oh, he seemed like a nice guy." I'm like, "Well, I don't know him, and even if I did know him, I don't expect somebody to be doing that to me." And he's not somebody I would want to know anyway to begin with. I didn't say all that, but I was definitely thinking it. But he said to me, he seems like a nice guy. Again, a lot of sex offenders do seem like nice guys, don't they? I don't know these people's intentions. I can't predict it. I can't predict what they're going to do. I don't I can't comprehend how they can be so messed up. I honestly don't think I can date another man in my lifetime. I don't want to say never, but I really don't think. I'm just I don't think I could. Because all I've experienced with men in the past is trauma. The dad I never knew, the whole host of horrible experiences I've had in the past. I don't know if I want to even, you know, intentionally meet somebody I don't even know if I want to talk to anybody, even if they try to talk to me first. And they usually do. If I say something to anybody these days, like it's like I'm a friendly person, but I feel like I can't even do that, particularly with men. I feel like I can't even be friendly with them. Family members, I think I'm just gonna have to, stick to family members only. Because this crap is so traumatizing. Just imagine, I don't even know the person. I don't even know those people. Over the years, from since 2015 that I moved into here, there has been so many different guys coming to my place. I can't even count. I've lost count. One of the first ones I remember jiggling my door handle, and I didn't call the cops. I didn't say anything to the management, but I only saw him once. He was an older white guy coming down the hallway, making like noise that sounds like an animal, and he jiggled my door handle when he came to the end of the hall, and it sounded like I'm the only door. My door was the only one he was messing with. I never saw him after that again, but he was one of the ones that I actually managed to see through the door, through the peek hole. A lot of these men want to be trusted. A lot of these men want to lead, but how can I trust you when you do things like this? How can you lead when you have no control over yourself? You have no control over your own self. What woman is going to want to be led by somebody who has no self-discipline, who have no self-love, who have no self-respect? This is crazy. Men, you're always telling women to choose better. Please do better, because you're losing. And you have no one to blame but yourself. Simply because you think you're entitled to something that you're not. You're entitled to you. You're entitled to your body parts, not anybody else's. And it's up to you to work on you. It's up to you to make you happy first. It's up to you to love you first. I don't understand when you all will understand that. Stop putting pressure on women to be your happiness. Stop putting pressure on women to be your peace. That is not our responsibility. I personally feel like if anyone comes into your life, anybody's life, my life, anybody else's, it should be a bonus, not a requirement, not an obligation, and certainly not because you feel entitled. Do better so that we women can choose better. If we have more to choose from, then it wouldn't be so hard to choose better, would it? Think about it.